Hello, I'm Simon Christie and welcome to another big half hour of 4Drive TV. Let's get stuck into another great episode. Tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard.
G'day. A few months ago, Simon Miranda and myself were chatting about doing a trip to the Victorian High Country, and we talked about picking out a track area that would be probably a bit more challenging and a bit more difficult, and something that was going to be interesting.
Hi, I'm Stuart from Wholesale Automatics. We're up here at the McAdams Gap Getaway. It's absolutely freezing. Pretty interesting trip up yesterday afternoon. Seemed to get colder and colder the higher we got.
Hi, I'm Rodney from Wholesale Automatic Transmissions. Today we're heading out on quite a difficult track. It's very wet, muddy, it's been raining for the last few days, so there's going to be an awful lot of mud underneath that snow.
I'm Reinhard Limroth from Berrima Diesel, or DP Chip. It's a great group which we're all together here, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful day.
Hi there, Sean O'Donnell. We drove through the old town of Woods Point and we let the tyres down there. We let them down to initially 20 psi.
In terms of order, if we go camera car, ute, then go someone else with a winch, and then non and just work it backwards from there. Okay, welcome to our Woods Point adventure trip. This is designed to be a slightly more difficult trip. The first section we're doing is a brewery hill, which is an access that was used in the olden days to get miners into their actual claims and things. So it's quite an interesting little track. It's a lot of rock. We've had a quick look at it this morning and it's as challenging as ever. Okay, so if we keep in contact, we'll be in and out of cars. This should be fun. Gentlemen, let's do it. Well, as you've already slid over there, it's probably better to be there in the first place. Yep. And so this is the first challenge, the first beginning challenge. And as you'll see, wet rocks do not make much traction.
No.
Alan went up there without any problems whatsoever. Bit of a wild ride, got a couple of wheels in the air, but it was pretty entertaining.
That was a good drive. That was great seeing you up on two wheels.
I thought it was pretty exciting.
So I'm here in central New South Wales. It's a beautiful sunny day and I'm at the Extreme Winch Challenge Round 2. There are 10 competitors lined up to take honours here at this fantastic event in the township of Manila. There's a big crowd here today too, and it's looking like it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a great day with 10 trucks competing. There are 5 special stages this morning and this afternoon through a range of different terrain, and it looks like it's going to be fantastic. We're also going to catch up with the event organiser, Dave Metcalf, to get his take on the event. Well, I'm with Dave Metcalf. He's the organiser of this event. Dave, tell us a little bit about what's happening.
Right, we're running the 2 stages this morning, but we're only running them one at a time. SS4, there's one winch for most people, but it turned out a few drove it and some had troubles getting back to the start-finish garage, but it was a long run. SS5, that was a little bit of a change. Everyone winched 3 times. They had a change of direction on their last winch, so they were tested to the limit. A little bit tight, as in you really needed to have the car set up to make it easier. But in saying that, we still got a full-bodied 60 series around, and that was the first time out there, so they did a top job in the 60.
Now that 60, it looks so long, yet they were able to get through most of those stages just like the other guys.
Yeah, well, you most probably find if you measured it's only the panels, like all the others are utes, so the physical length is there, but they've just got the overhangs and all the panels to try to get around. On a couple of gullies in there, they were getting the back quarters hung up, but that would be normal in any wagon, where the utes are just exempt from that.
Now, this afternoon we had 3 more runs, stages 6, 7 and 8. Tell us a bit about them.
Okay, we ran all those together. SS6, it was just a simple winch up, and they had to negotiate on a climb. It was just a washed out like shale, a lot of deep holes to get up, and I think everyone drove up that. But they had a reverse winch back down the gully, which was very tricky, and then they had another exit that they had to winch up. And the only one to drive to the top of that section was Rod and Russell. But they got to the top and blew the rear diff, so hence DNF. But those 2 guys just don't say no, they keep going until the last minute. SS7, a little bit of speed, not much. They had a near vertical winch. The Polaris broke their winch rope 2 or 3 times, and then they had a change of direction just after doing another sprint run. So everyone was working, getting their blocks out, getting this out. Polaris had to retire, so that was a little bit of a pity. On the sprint run, Christian and Terry were only half a second off the pace. Special stage 8, what they have to contend with, there's a sprint again down into our famous gully, up a hill. But that hill had 4 barber's poles, and all I was getting off that, they're not far enough apart, we're breaking them, we're 30 points each barber's pole.
If you drive a 4-wheel drive with or without a dual battery kit, then it's time to upgrade. Modern vehicles and modern battery technologies require smart electronics, and the Piranha Off-Road Products DBE 140 dual battery controller has all the smart grunt you will need packed into an affordable and tiny package. Priced at just $170, the Piranha DBE 140 is the smart choice in dual battery management. For more information on how you can stay charged, visit piranhaoffroad.com.au.
The next generation of shock absorbers is here. Leading the way in 4x4 suspension development, Old Man Emu introduces the most advanced and finely tuned shock absorber on the market. Nitro Charger Sport incorporates a new valving system that instantly adapts to all terrain for an outstanding smooth ride and phenomenal control. Backed by a 3-year, 60,000-kilometre warranty, you can trust Nitro Charger Sport, built in Australia for Australian conditions.
Finally, the driving light you've always wanted is here, boasting a class-leading freeform reflector and a super tough polycarbonate lens and ABS housing. The all-new Nava Ultimate 225 is a revolutionary driving light, available in halogen, halogen blue and HID, in both spread and pencil beams, and supplied complete with a plug-and-play wiring harness and polycarbonate lens protectors. These Aussie Outback Tough Lights outshine the competition. Visit nava.com.au for more information and make the switch to the brightest lights in town.
First of all, a very long winch extension strap is required here. Secondly, you've got to lock the back of this car to a tree, otherwise it's going to bugger off down the hill. Here we go.
I was surprised by the gradient. I'd have to say it was very steep.
Now we'll see how far he can drive.
There'd been a lot of rain around and it was quite wet, slippery and muddy. Quite foreign to me. I'm from Adelaide and we never get to see conditions like this.
No!
recovery point's about 4 long.
You're kidding.
So,
Okay, right to start taking up the slack.
In hindsight now, it really wasn't set up for these types of conditions at all. I've only got some AT tyres on there. They just filled with mud and left me with no traction.
All right, Danny, jump in.
But we got there and enjoyed ourselves and really, a lot of learning. It was great to work with a bunch of people that really knew how to handle the equipment.
We had set up for it and I just wasn't prepared for it. I must say that over the last year, I've never seen a track anything like this before. First hill, for me, I think was a bit tougher. Wasn't as prepared as what I would like. Went up a little bit slow, but I was trying to take care of the Triton, not knowing that I've never put it through something tough like that before.
My wife and we were probably the oldest ones on the team, including our vehicle, which was a 1991 model GQ Nissan Patrol. The team, of course, was very, very good. We got a lot of help for them because I'm not that mobile in a way for the extreme steep hills which we had to go through.
The first part of the track was a bit difficult because there was a big rut and ledge to get over and just about everybody got stuck there. We were able to winch up and drive up the rest of the track without too much hassle. The synthetic rope was amazing. All the cars, all the winches had synthetic rope. It was much easier to use in terrain like that because unhooking cables and snatch straps and extension straps, everything all day would have been a real challenge if we were using steel cable.
Momentum and speed didn't make for very much difference. Diff locks didn't really help a great deal. It just was pretty much undrivable. But it was great fun. The other section has got more potential for things to go wrong.
Once you get to drive the rest of it, you reckon?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't want to tip anyone over. You can't tip over there.
No.
You go up on two wheels and it looks spectacular, but you're actually very safe.
Yeah.
This isn't safe.
Okay, right to start taking up the slack.
It's day 2 of the winch challenge here at Manila, just north of Tamworth, and it is a freezing day. -2 degrees on the temperature gauge this morning, but that hasn't stopped the teams getting ready for this morning's runs. It's a super special stage this morning. We've got stages 9 and 10 all wrapped up together. We're going to go and talk to Dave Metcalf a little bit about them this morning. I described this as Super Sunday.
Super Sunday, you're right. SS's 9 and 10 all run at once, and what a ball we had. Had 5 winches. Drive time, everything different. Silly angles to get up, right and left side, no side of the car favoured. What we did the full loop. Partway through that loop, we split the time. So one of the stages was start to finish, and then the other one was from the start to the split time. And if you broke in the first half of it, you DNF 2 stages. If you broke in the second half, you only DNF 1. and it worked real well. We had one DNF, Emily and Katie, by 31 seconds. That was a bit of a pity on a half-hour DNF. Rod and Russell kept working to the end. By the time they got to where I was, they had no locker, they were one-wheel drive, no front drive.
Yeah, they certainly put in a big effort. I think Russell looked like he could do with a bit of a nap afterwards. He was so worn out.
Mate, you're not wrong. You know, the time given to do 5 winches and driving, and they weren't easy winches at all. It was quite tricky. It was just a top effort on all of them. And the strange thing too, when we're doing the scoring, even though Christian won that stage, the Toyota of Phil and Ian's, up to the split, they were about a minute behind. But on the last part of the stage, they picked up near 2 minutes. But Christian still took out the stage win on both. But it was just the way it split. The amount of time they gained on that last bit, the boys in the Toyota, was unreal.
They did that with doing all of the winches, whereas Christian and Terry actually drove up one of those.
Yeah, well, they drove the one in the gully before they had the 2 right-angle left and right ones to do. And, you know, Christian is just a wizard. I know in the morning there were a few good lips, but the vehicles were still having trouble even getting anywhere near where Christian's got. So that just made that win that little bit better. Possibly without that drive, it would have been a different occurrence for the stage win on that, I'd say.
Now, it's a tough sport to be in this. There's certainly a lot of tough work out in the forest driving those trucks around. It's tough for you too. 10 cars only this weekend.
Yeah, we only had 10. It's a bit of a pity, but I know for a fact I had about 3 or 4 from Queensland that the guys have entered the XI RFC, and it's a big cost to get down here, so I said I'd prefer to see you not here and be at the XI. The New South Wales support has been fantastic. The trucks we had here, we had 7 from New South and 3 from Queensland. But that 7 in New South Wales possibly is at least 60% of their winch challenge field down here. It's not a big thing in New South Wales for winch trucks. It's more so Victoria and Queensland. So to have 7 New South Wales teams here was great.
In between episodes of your favourite TV show, visit fourwheeldrivetv.com.au for the latest in 4x4 news, links, prizes and videos. Stay in touch with myself and Danny and receive regular updates, promos and photos via our Facebook page. And visit youtube.com/4wheeldrivetvtube for our latest 4x4 videos. There's 3 great ways to stay up to date and in touch with our growing 4-wheel drive community in between episodes.
Hi, I'm Chris Weston, off-road racer and owner of Off-Road Rush. I've raced all around Australia on different terrain and I wouldn't trust anything but my Mickey Thompson tyres. That's why I also choose Mickey Thompsons for my 4-wheel drive. They perform equally well on and off-road, and they have a full range of tyres that handle all conditions and have more grip. Mickey Thompsons, they're legendary off-road tyres.
Call 1300-MICKEY for your nearest dealer.
Viewers, the wait is over. Shop online at the 4-Wheel Drive TV store for personalised merchandise, 4-Wheel Drive TV clothing, 4-Wheel Drive products and even DVD subscriptions. That's right, 2 episodes of 4-Wheel Drive TV posted out to you every fortnight for the whole series, and all for just $50. Support your favourite program, wear the brand you love and never miss another episode with our collector's DVD subscriptions. Get shopping at 4wheeldrivetv.com.au with the 4-Wheel Drive TV online store.
Hi, I'm Daniel. This is my 89 Range Rover Classic. Recently I put the winch bar on it, done the snorkel, roof racks, CV radio. I've put 2-inch body lift and a 2-inch suspension lift. We put bigger wheels on it. What I plan to do is put a roll cage in and rock sliders, do a custom front bar. I usually go out at Tallarook State Forest around the high country. I plan to go to Dargo this Christmas for a trip. Usually do camping and four-wheel driving.
If you'd like to be the weekly Your Rig right here on 4Wheel Drive TV, then send an email to myself with Your Rig in the subject line. Each weekly winner takes home an electric blue span set snatch strap, a complete U-Fix-It windscreen repair kit, a DP chip stubby holder and Berrima diesel cap, an ARB cap, a packet of Up and Go courtesy of Sanitarium, ARB Penrith stubby holder, an emergency can of ARB Outback survival socks, an RFI stubby holder and an RFI cap, a HEMA Great Desert Tracks Atlas and Guide, an X17 Fiskars synthetic axe, a 911 memorial cap courtesy of 511 Tactical, an ARB rechargeable LED adventure light, ARB's latest new product, Forby the soft toy, an off-road ready Travelmate tyre pressure gauge, a set of smart scissors from our good friends at Kiesler Knives, a magazine from Bow Hunter, Wild Deer and Hunting Adventures and Dirt Comp. And it's all neatly packed up in an ARB cargo gear carry bag.
I've come out today with 4Wheel Drive TV for Your Rig competition. I'd like to thank Simon and 4Wheel Drive TV for giving me this opportunity, my girlfriend Alicia, and I'd like to thank the sponsors for the prize packs.
Hi, I'm Brad Smith from Mickey Thompson Tyres. People often ask me about wet weather handling and four-wheel drive tyres. Well, it's really simple when it comes down to two things: channeling and siping. These are the channels here. They should be wide and deep. That really enables the water to get out of the tread of the tyre so you don't aquaplane. The other thing I mentioned was siping. That's really important. That's these little slits that you see in the tread, and they're really designed to push the water off the tread block into the channel so that it can escape out through the tyre. If you have a look at these tyres, you'll notice that the sipes are actually enclosed in the tread, and for a four-wheel drive tyre that's really important. A good quality tyre should have siping that's fully enclosed in the tread block, and that'll mean it'll chip less. What we've seen with modern tyre technology, that almost every tyre has sipes, whether it's an all-terrain or a mud terrain. This is really to deal with the fact that as four-wheel drives become more and more car-like in their handling, the tyres have to be able to handle that as well. To sum it all up, your tyre's wet weather performance greatly depends on the quality of your channeling and your siping. So make sure you look at that with your tyres or when you're looking to purchase tyres. I'm Brad Smith from Mickey Thompson Tyres, and thanks for joining me for this week's tyre tip.
Sunday, October 21, the Goulburn Valley 4-Wheel Drive Club has teamed up with the crazy Clint Reed to run their massive Mudakana. With non-stop action, no shortage of mud, plenty of competitors and the 4-Wheel Drive TV team on hand, this will be one heck of a day of 4x4 fun and off-road excitement. Set in central Victoria at the Decker facility just out of Shepparton, this one-day, once-a-year event will be a great day out for the family and well worth the trip. Easy to reach via the Hume Highway and Nagambie, Shepparton is just a short drive from Melbourne. Gates will open at 8:30am and racing will kick off at 10. For the dirtiest action you can share with your mates or family, get to Mudakana, Sunday, October 21, just out of Shepparton. For entries, contact details and further information, visit mudakana.com.au.
Regardless of the fact you only had 10, it was a very quality field, wasn't it?
We had the 10 best in Australia here. 5 of them at least. I'd matched them with anyone in Australia, and it would be good to see them competing some of the older guys from the early days like Trent Lean, Wayne Smith. But time will tell. Christian and Terry will be beaten, but it's going to take a lot to do it. Breakages, that truck now is nearly foolproof. There's a fair bit of work on, but it's reliable, and you very seldom see Christian mess up his driving. He'll have the odd breakage. Terry will pick up very few penalties. Rodney and Russell, they've just had bad weekends down in New South Wales. When they're in Queensland, it seems to be a bit different. And as for Phil and Ian, it's the first time I've seen them in that truck. They've competed together before, but nothing in the truck of this calibre. Dave and Pat, they're constantly there. You know, everyone is there. It's only one little hiccup. We have got some of the best in the field here. It'd be good to get everyone together to have the best of the best.
So David, this weekend wouldn't be possible without sponsors and supporters.
ARB have been with us since day one. This is about the 12th year. Four-wheel drive TV have been with us not quite that long, but Simon and Miranda down there have supported my event since their day one with me, and they also support a lot of events. But without the likes of ARB, they know the numbers that we're getting, but they can still see it is a good event. They get well worth exposure thanks to four-wheel drive TV. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes people, the officials, the clubs that help us out. Tamworth Club this weekend just did a top job. They've picked things up for us and nothing was too much, and I've had officials come down from Brisbane. It just makes it a lot easier, and of course without those people we haven't got an event, and without competitors I haven't got a job.
Not in the car, mate. I'm grabbing the coil. Pity we were on the wrong angle. We could have put it back in.
We're getting more supporters on board. I've got the Exedy XIRFC in September, and due to the support of Exedy Australia, we're able to send a team to Malaysia. That's where these events all started from, and that's when I got involved back in '98.
So the next round, it's a bit of a different event to these ones, plus I'm sure it's not going to be -3.
Held up at Land Cruiser Mountain Park up in sunny Queensland, I hope. Be held between the 22nd and the 29th of September. Yes, it's over 8 days, but round 3 of the ARB Extreme Winch Challenge will be the first weekend, the 22nd and the 23rd. And as soon as those 10 stages are finished, we continue on, and then it becomes the Exedy XIRFC and another 33 stages after the 10. So yeah, it's going to be a big week.
A little bit slow.
Well, viewers, thank you for tuning in. Now remember, jump onto the 4-Wheel Drive TV website, links, information, news about the 4-wheel drive industry, and of course those great giveaways every week, and of course the end of the series, major prizes, but you have to be in it to win it, so send me an email. I'm Simon Christie. Tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard. I'll see you next week.